In this video, I'm going to discuss pie charts. Pie charts compare information. The sections in a pie chart can be referred to as sectors or even slices. As you can see, these are 5 sections of a pie chart, talking about different kinds of cars. In this video, I'm going to talk about how we identify the largest sections, how we compare sections using superlatives and comparatives, and vocabulary for describing fractions. The pie graph that I'm going to use first illustrates car preference in Abu Dhabi. Preference means the cars that people like to use. Preference is a noun. The verb is prefer. As we can see from the pie chart, Mercedes has the highest percentage. The lowest percentage is for Jaguar. When you write about pie charts, write about the largest section first. This will come in the main body of your essay. The greatest percentage of people in Abu Dhabi prefer Mercedes. There's 2 ways to write about the different sections. One way is by using sentences starting with the amount. Amount is how much. We can have the greatest, highest, a significant, lowest, or smallest. Then we refer to what is being reported in the pie. As you can see, this pie refers to percentage. So here I will say percentage. This is the topic. Prefer came from the title, car preference. The final piece of information is the car that we're talking about. This came from the legend. I can say that the greatest percentage of people prefer Mercedes. I can also say that the smallest percentage of people prefer Jaguar. Both these sentences are correct. I'd like you to try some more sentences starting with the amount. For example, I could say that a significant percentage of people prefer Nissan. I say significant because 18% of people prefer Nissan. This is a noticeable amount. A significant amount is the amount that is noticeable. There's another way to write about the pie. We can also use sentences starting with the subject. For example, BMW in the legend accounted for the second largest percentage of the total. Nissan was the 3rd most common car. Jaguar was the least popular car. Now I'd like you to try some more sentences starting with the subject. You can take the subject as some of the cars that are listed in the legend. For example, I can say that Mercedes was the most popular car. Most popular means that most people preferred Mercedes. Now I want to look at describing two parts of a pie chart. To do this, I use comparative and superlative adjectives. The pie chart I have now talks about chocolate bar preference. This means the kind of chocolate bar that people like. I have Mars, Twix, Kit Kat, and Kinder. Twice as many people prefer Twix than Mars. Slightly more people prefer Kit Kat than Kinder. Mars was much more popular than Kinder. These are ways that I can describe two parts of a pie chart. I'm going to use comparatives in this example. I start with the amount. I say twice as many people prefer Twix than Mars. Slightly more people prefer Kit Kat than Kinder. Then shows it's a comparative. I can also start with the subject. Mars was much more popular than Kinder. Kit Kat was nearly as popular as Kinder. Try some more comparative sentences. I could say that less people prefer Mars than Twix. I could also say that Twix was more popular than both Kit Kat and Kinder. When you're writing about sections of a pie chart, it's important to know some grammar, such as comparative and superlative adjectives. Comparatives show something is less than or more than. The corresponding superlative adjective for less is the least. The corresponding superlative adjective for more is the most. If you want to compare adjectives that are less than 2 syllables, use ER and than, greater than, smaller than. If you want to show something is the superlative and you have a word that's less than 2 syllables, use the plus EST. Lastly, I'm going to look at fractions to talk about the pie. 75% can be written as 3/4, 50% as a half, 25% as a quarter, 33% as 1/3. Now try writing some sentences using fractions. I could say that around 1/4 of people prefer BMW. My fraction is 1/4. 1/4 is 25%. So I say around 1/4 of people prefer BMW. This is the end of the video about pie charts. We've talked about identifying the largest sections of the pie chart, comparing sections using superlative and comparative adjectives, and vocabulary for describing fractions. All of this information should be included in the main body of your report. You can practice by writing about the two pie charts showing car preference and showing chocolate bar preference that you saw in today's video.